In this video, we're going to discuss the new file upload feature pack in some detail. So you can see here that we have a simple grid. In this particular case, the grid is based on an Alpha SQL table, an Alpha DAO data source, but it could just as easily be a DBF file. And if we go to SQL Server Management Studio and look at the structure of the file, you can see that this table has a field called linked file, which is a character field. It has another field called embedded file, which is a binary field, and then a file here called embedded file type, and then finally embedded file description. So what we're going to do is upload files to the server and store them in these fields. In the case of this field, linked file, will be storing the name of the file, so it'll be stored by reference. And in the case of this field, the binary field, will actually be storing the binary data that is in the file in this field. So let's go back now and run the grid and go here and choose upload linked file. And I'm going to go here and go to upload files, and I'll choose say customer list.pdf and store that in that file. So, and then the record has gone dirty because this field has been changed, so I'll just go ahead there and commit it, and then I'll go here and I'll upload an embedded file. So I'll go there and I'll choose the Excel spreadsheet here, customer list, and now that's been uploaded. And you'll notice that the record did not go dirty because we were writing to a binary field that's not selected as part of this grid. So now if we go back to Management Studio over here and we refresh this query, what we can see is that now customer list.pdf, the file name has been stored here in the character field, and we've stored a relative file name. And then here in the embedded file, we've now got some binary data over there. Then you'll see here that in the embedded file type field, we've stored XLS to indicate that that was an Excel file that we uploaded. And in the embedded file description, we've stored the name of the file on the server. So let's go now and take a look at how these buttons were defined. So I'm going to go now and take a look first at the upload button, which uploads the file and stores it in the character field as a linked file. So I'm going to open up the builder, and you can see now that Action JavaScript now has a new action here called file upload that becomes enabled if the feature pack is installed. So let's open up the builder, and you can see here that the field that we're uploading to is called linked file, which is a character field. If I open up the builder here, you can see that we can either upload to a grid field, and these are the grid fields, or we can upload to a table field. The difference between the two is that a grid field represents the list of choices. These are the fields that were actually selected as part of the grid, whereas table fields are fields in the table that the grid is based on, but these fields were not necessarily selected as part of the grid, and there's a big difference between the two. A grid field is a field that's on the grid, and because it's on the grid, you can therefore go and specify security settings for this. So you can specify that only, for example, people in the sales group have update permission to this field. And if that's the case, then if you're logged on and you're not in that group, then you will not be able to upload to this field. Table fields, on the other hand, since they're not selected as part of the grid, you can't actually go and apply settings to those fields that determine whether they're updatable or not. And so you can always upload to a table field, but of course the button that initiates the action, that could have security applied to it, and so that could hide the button. So let's pause now and pick it up in the next video.